I'm Deborah Blake. I'm the author of 5 books from Llewellyn. The most recent ones are Witchcraft on a Shoestring, which is all about practicing your craft without having to spend a lot of money, and the Everyday Witch A to Z spell book, which is full of all sorts of handy spells that you really need, like the jerk avoidance spell. That's one of my favorites. Find a new job spell. A lot of people need those these days. And the Everyday Witch spell book is the second one in the Everyday Witch A to Z series. I'm sure most people are familiar with the Everyday Witch A to Z with the yellow cover, co-written by my cat, Magic the Cat, Queen of the Universe. That's her full title. She would prefer you use it. And I'm here visiting in Salem for the very first time. I actually came into town for a romance writers convention because I also write fiction, and came by to have a book signing and a luncheon with Don and the gang here, and just walk around and enjoy the place.
So how are you enjoying Salem?
I love it. I didn't know what to expect. Everybody says, "Ooh, it's so commercial," and parts of it are, but it's also very charming, and the people are very friendly. We have met the nicest people, and lots of good food and good beer. And it's really sort of neat to see the old buildings and the wharf, and frankly to have a lot of stores that you can walk around and have all your kind of stuff. Where I live, which is in rural upstate New York, there isn't a pagan store anywhere. It's too close to me, and it's lovely. All the stuff I normally have to buy online, I can go in and touch the stones. Don will tell you I fell madly in love with a rock here. Had to buy a stone here. But it's really nice. And today it stopped raining and the sun is out, which is really nice.
Now you're here for the Romance Writers Convention. What are you doing there?
Well, a little bit of everything, which is sort of what I do everywhere. This is the New England chapter, and I'm giving a workshop. Actually, it's a workshop called Witchcraft for the Paranormal Author, and I teach fiction writers how to write about witches correctly and accurately, and how if they're going to make things up, they need to make sure that they're not, that they know what they're getting right and they know what they're getting wrong. And I normally give the class online. It's extremely popular. People really want to learn how to get it right. And paranormal romance is very big right now, and witches are fairly big in it. Yay, witches. So yeah, I'm giving my workshop, and I'm also meeting up with some of the authors that I know and like, and going to other people's workshops. And there's going to be a book signing, and I said, "Are you sure you want my books? They're witch books. They're not romance books." And they said, "Oh yeah, they're great research." So I'm going to do that, and of course just relaxing and having fun, hopefully, while running crazily from place to place.
Well, what have you enjoyed most here so far?
I honestly, I love the water. I really, there's no ocean where I am either. So, I love being down by the wharf in the sunlight. But I think the biggest thing is the people. The people here are just charming. Really, really nice. And the museum is fabulous. I really loved my little tour, my own personal tour of the museum. And had fun at our book signing was nice too.
Now, when you were writing The Everyday Witch, what was your inspiration for this? Why did you choose that subject?
Well, I like to call myself the Everyday Witch, sort of like Ellen Dugan is the Garden Witch because her big focus is gardening. And my big focus is on integrating witchcraft or your spiritual beliefs as a pagan with your everyday life. Walking your talk 24/7. Because I don't think being a witch only works on full moons and Sabbats. I think it colors your whole life. It colors how you look at the world and how you connect with other people and with deity, and how you approach problems and how you attack your day. So for me, the Everyday Witch is all about really the practical nature of witchcraft. Less about dressing up in the cool outfits, which, mind you, I like dressing up in the cool outfits, but it's a blessing for your garden. And it's, when I get up first thing in the morning, I greet the gods and I say hi and ask for, some good stuff for my day. And when I go to bed at night, I say thank you for all the stuff, even some of the stuff that I don't feel all that thankful for, because I know there were lessons in there. And in between, I try and take a witchy approach to things.
When we were coming through the museum and we came by the Alchemist, you were talking a little bit about your kitchen alchemy.
Yes. Yeah, I like, again, practical alchemy, and I do my morning kitchen alchemy, which is I like to make hot chocolate, and I actually have this hot chocolate maker which whirs it all together and froths it up. And I put in my milk and my very good dark chocolate, hot chocolate. And the chocolate itself is good for love and for prosperity, and I always find chocolate sort of magical in and of itself. And then I add red pepper for energy and creativity, and then I add cinnamon for prosperity and love, and I put my intent into it and whirl it all up, and then I drink it. And so that's my kitchen alchemy that I start my day off with. Does it work? I don't know. I think so.
In your career as a writer, who most inspired you?
Oh, that's well, Scott Cunningham, of course. I have many of his books. Again, because they're very practical. They're really good resources. But I have a few other books. Starhawk's The Spiral Dance is wonderful. Marianne Weinstein's The Positive Witchcraft. And Denise Dumas wrote a really nice little book about sort of creating your own spiritual practice daily. There are a lot of people. I loved Raven Digitalis, his second book especially. I'm not a goth, but the second book about the what was it? The dark sides of things, which isn't negative. It's just a different way of looking at it. And there's a new book coming out that I actually was lucky enough to be able to read. I met the author at Pantheacon this year, a woman named, all right, let me see if I can get this right, Melanie Marquis. And she's a new writer, and her book is I think it's called The Witch's Bag of Tricks. And it is fabulous. I actually, liked her a lot, and I said, look, do you need somebody to blurb the book? So she sent me the book to read. It's not even out yet. It won't be out until, I think, June. And it's all about refreshing your practice of magic, coming at it from a different approach, really thinking about it. And, I've been practicing for a lot of time, and Blue Moon Circle, my group, has been practicing together for 7 years with me as High Priestess, and you get into a rut. And the Witch's Bag of Tricks is all about getting you out of your rut. So I have to say, as soon as this thing comes out in June, run out and get it. It is the best new book I have read in many a year. I was so inspired. We're getting it for the whole group, and we're studying it all year long.
Very cool.
You may thank me later, Melanie.
You were talking earlier about your relationship with your editors and the people at your publisher.
Well, Llewellyn has a very mixed reputation. Some people think they're sellouts or whatever. Some people think they're the best thing since sliced cheese. I have had the best time being a Llewellyn author. I'm sure they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And there was a period of time, apparently, before I even came on the scene where they were not putting out spectacular books nonstop. The books they're putting out now are really terrific quality. Really, your books, my books. But I think they've got a different bunch of people in charge now. And they're really reinventing themselves. And Alicia Gallo, who's my acquisitions editor, one of my favorite people on the planet Earth. She is just a terrific lady. And all of the other folks that I've worked there with from my production editors to the people who do the blurbs on the back of the book jacket, everybody is so nice and so cooperative and so supportive of me. I couldn't ask for a better bunch of people. They're family. I mean, they're not just my publishing company. They're family.
So what is your next project?
Well, I have a couple of things in the work, one of which, top secret, can't tell you. I did just send in a proposal to Llewellyn for a possible 6th book. We'll have to see how that goes. If you want a new book from me, start sending them letters, send them emails, tell them you want to see another book by me. But that one probably would be a ritual book. Again, a practical, everyday witch ritual book. And I'm also working on some novels, things like that, and continuing to make my jewelry and just generally try and stay out of trouble. That's not going so well, but I'll work on it.
Very cool. And do you have any upcoming appearances you'd like to mention?
Do I have any upcoming appearances? I actually I have a couple of writers conventions that I'm going to, but no pagan things. I went to PantheaCon this year, and that was wonderful as always. Met a lot of great people there, and I'm giving some of my online classes. But no, this is my big thing for the year was coming to Salem, and then I'm going to go home and write.
Very good. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful time in Salem, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me as your guest. I appreciate it.
And check out my new subscription site, thedailyspell.com. For 12 years now, we've been sending out the Daily Spell easy and free of charge to literally thousands of people, and will continue to do so. Thedailyspell.com is a subscription site meant to augment that daily service with deeper stories, deeper news, videos, entertainment, information, many daily features such as Marianne's Mystic Gem of the Day, the Daily Tarot Card, the Daily Bio, and many more things. So check it out. Subscriptions are $19.99, and until next time, may your blessed be.